Live from Austin, Texas, with host Rosie Newberry. Local trends, shopping, and more. This is Studio 512.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for Studio 512 today. Have you played American Mahjong yet? It is all the rage right now. I'm learning myself, and Bar Peached is hosting a special Mahjong night in collaboration with So Bam Fun this Sunday. Founder Clara Sherman and Chef Julio Silva are here to tell us more about it. Such a cool idea. Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here, Chef. And I know we've talked to you before about some of the delicious things y'all offer, so don't worry, everyone. We will get to the food and drink. But first, Clara, I want to talk to you about So Bam Fun because it's not even a year old yet.
Yeah, it's just 10 months old. But I got started because I really wanted to spread the game to a younger generation of women. And I teach lessons across Dallas and Austin and partner with amazing restaurants like Bar Peached, and it's been a great time. So.
I think it's a great way to get people out of the house and learning, because if you don't have a direct resource in your network, like my mother-in-law is really good at it, she plays every week, so she's teaching us right now. But if you don't know somebody who knows the game, this is a great way to get introduced to it and maybe make some new friends.
Definitely.
Too.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think it's really cool that you've started this.
Thank you.
But I do want to make sure that we ask about the history of Mahjong, so I'm going to get to that in just a second. Chef Julio, though, if you wouldn't mind, remind us about Bar Peached and just what it is y'all do.
So, starting with Peach Tortilla. Peach Tortilla has been around 14 years. It's an Austin staple. Bar Peach is actually a sister restaurant to Peach Tortilla, much more of a younger, more fun vibe. Definitely bar forward, hence our to-go cocktails here.
I'm sorry about those. Because they look good.
Yeah, we will. They're all available for third party if you want to take a little something with you when you wanna after your dinner. You want to take it home with you. But yeah, we're definitely excited for this collaboration.
Absolutely. So it is going to be happening at Bar Peach.
Yes, it is.
But Bar Peach does also have food.
Yes, it does.
Okay, all
Plenty
right.
of food.
Peach tortilla, very delicious. I actually think my first Instagram photo ever came
Wow.
from
That's
Peach
great.
tortilla, yes. But Bar Peach is such a great concept. You guys do a lot of like Asian fusion flavor.
Yes, so it's a very similar concept. Well, what we do with the food there is much more shareable. Again, like bar foods. Like for example, we have our hoisin duck sliders and our gochujang spicy pork bao buns.
Oh my goodness, they look absolutely delicious. And is this kind of your specialty, or has this been something that working with Bar Peach?
Definitely,
you've
since
gotten
working
into?
with Bar Peach, it's become more of a passion thing, for a little passion project. How can I make delicious food in these small little bites?
Oh yeah, I mean it looks fantastic. Okay, Clara, let's talk about the event that you guys are doing together. It's happening on Sunday, and I'm so sorry to tell everybody this event has sold out, but there's going to be another one in July. So start making your plans now, because obviously it's really popular.
It is. Yeah, this is our second that we've had, and both have sold out. So it's great news, but it's 2 hours. There's small bites and a drink included, and you'll leave knowing how to play at least the basics of the game.
So right, we can show up as brand new beginners,
Definitely,
right?
definitely.
But you can also walk through the door being somebody who's already open for what they call open play.
Yeah, so we have lessons for completely new beginners, and then we have open play where you can come and just enjoy a fun time with friends or make new friends while playing the game that everyone loves.
Yeah, and I will say I've had 2 long lessons now, and I am still not ready for open play. So I would be signing up with the beginner crew, because even though some concepts of this game are relatively simple, being really good at it takes a lifetime of work.
It does. It takes a while.
Yeah, so why don't you tell me a little bit more about kind of the history of Mahjong?
Yeah. So the history of Mahjong is it originated in China hundreds of years ago. It's a tile game similar to Gin Rummy, so it's like a pattern matching game kind of. It's like Rummy Cube, if anyone knows that. But then 100 or so years ago, it has since left China, and there's like 40 variations of the game. And the variation that we call in America is American Mahjong. And the biggest difference is this National Mahjong League card. On it are the patterns of tiles that it requires to win a game of Mahjong. And so that's the biggest difference.
And this, y'all, is like reading a crochet pattern. If you've never done it before, like, okay, you're seeing 3 colors, you have to be taught actually how to read this card. And it changes every single year, because look at this.
That's 2025.
This one's 2025. So every single year, what becomes a winning hand changes.
Right. However, they're all very similar, so don't stress out too much.
Yeah. She's a good teacher. She's trying to make you feel calm about it. I did want to also ask, I mean, there are all sorts of things. There are directions, there are flowers, there are dragons, but there are 3 main suits.
There are 3 main suits.
In Mahjong. Would you instruct us if you would?
Yeah, so this is the fastest Mahjong overview I can give you. There are 3 main suits of Mahjong. The first one I'll teach you is called BAMs. These are the BAMs. BAM stands for bamboo.
I was going to say, it's supposed to look like bamboo,
Yeah.
so you get a good idea there.
All right, the next suit we'll go over is dots. These are pretty self-explanatory. It just looks like a circle, so those are the dots. And then the last suit is the cracks, and crack stands for character. So on each of these suits, you'll see the Chinese character associated with the number at the top.
I told you, I really shot myself in the foot because we gave our mother-in-law a Mahjong set, and it's Texas themed, which is so fun. It's got like blue bonnets for flowers and all sorts of things. But none of the cracks are cracks. None of the dots are regular dots. Yeah. They're like wagon wheels, and they're, it's cattails on there and all sorts of things. It's cowboy boots for cracks. So we're trying to learn, but I've maybe
makes it a little harder.
Start with a true starter set. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so Chef, you have covered a little bit about your small bites and cocktails available, but I just wanted to cover one more time. You guys, as you mentioned, are very bar forward.
Yes, we are.
Can you talk to me about some of the flavors and mixology that y'all like to do?
So that's actually a great question. We do a lot of our cocktails batch just to make it easier. So for example, we have our Margarita Peach, which is our most popular drink. Mm-hmm. We have our Paloma, which is a grapefruit Paloma, also a very good drink. We have our Big Breezy, another amazing drink, all very quick, just to get them to the guests, nice and fresh. But the biggest one we want to talk about is making sure that these are forward, our small bites just for this collab. We're doing our tacos, we're doing our sliders, we're doing our buns, and it's just a lot of really good food for this event, and hopefully we can just keep doing this.
I was gonna say, if you're doing the work, yeah, we should definitely brag on you for how good the food is. Okay, we have to let y'all go, but Clara, just real quickly, as we said, next event is in July, and where can we catch you after this event, for example?
If you follow me on So Bam Fun, that's where I post all of my events. I have one in Dallas at 60 Vines coming up in a few weeks. And yeah, we'll have another one in July that's coming up. It'll be
good
fun.
reason for a girls trip, I'll tell you what.
Definitely.
All right, friends, thank you so much for your time, guys. We
Awesome.
appreciate it. All right, as you guys heard, this event is sold out, but they have another one coming in July, so get on top of that now. You can learn more about other upcoming events at SoBamFun.com and BarPeached.com. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Visit San Antonio. Hey, are you looking to go on a quick road trip this summer? All you have to do is head down I-35 to San Antonio to see all that the Alamo City has to offer. Didi Poteet with Visit San Antonio is joining us virtually this morning with some suggestions, and we're happy to see her. Didi, good morning.
Buenos dias from San Antonio. Hello, everybody.
Hello. All right, Didi, tell us, why is now a great time to travel down to San Antonio?
Why now? Great question. Well, you know what? School is out or almost out, and it's that summertime weather that's kicking in. Everybody's itching to get on the road and take a break and have a great summer getaway. And honestly, right down the road is a world-class destination. So it's time to hit the road. It's summer, and San Antonio is the place.
So let's talk about what's new in San Antonio this season, maybe starting with SeaWorld.
What's new in the Alamo City? You bet. Well, SeaWorld San Antonio always refreshing itself. And we are so proud about Rescue Junior, which just opened, a brand new part of the park, a very kid-friendly part of the park that really speaks to the animal rescue efforts of SeaWorld that are so important. And we're also really proud that just around the bend at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas, the new DC Comic Universe just opened, the largest DC Comic Universe of any theme park anywhere. So all your superheroes are there, all your supervillains are there. So lots new to see and do there.
But let's first talk about Fiesta Noche del Rio.
We throw a party at the drop of a sombrero in San Antonio. I'm not kidding. We are just fiesta all year round, even though we really celebrate big in April. But Fiesta Noche de Rio along the San Antonio Historic Riverwalk, there at the Arneson River Theater, color, culture, singers, dancers, so much fun weekends this summer. And as you mentioned, we are Military City, USA. So we go big for the 4th of July, not only at the theme parks with wonderful fireworks over the skyline of the theme parks, along with their new events, Summerbration at Six Flags Fiesta Texas with the special show every night in different parts of the park, to include Rockville Party with a retro vibe. And if you can imagine, more than 100 partners, events, experiences, hotels have all come together with the many summer vibes of San Antonio, offering deals and discounts, special activities, special promotions that make it even more affordable, even more fun. Learn about the many summer vibes of San Antonio and all your summer activities at visitsanantonio.com.
Sounds like a plan to me. Thank you, my friend. We'll see you soon.
See you soon. See you in San Antonio.
Sounds good. All right, guys, get started planning your trip at visitsanantonio.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Visit San Antonio. Top Drawer Thrift has been in Austin since 1993, and they're one of our local LGBTQIA plus safe spaces and businesses. They're hosting a super fun event tonight to celebrate Pride Month, and Ben Zimmerman is joining us to tell us more. Ben, we're always happy to have you in the studio, and you always bring the most fun stuff.
Well, thank you for having me again.
Yeah,
I
of
love
course.
being here.
This is an important month.
It is.
Of course, if you're new to Austin, maybe I should say we celebrate Pride Month twice.
We do.
It's happening in June. It'll happen again in August. But not to downplay what's happening this month, we want to celebrate in a big way. And y'all at Top Drawer have been around since the early 90s.
Yes.
I want to ask about being, a pride place, a safe space for LGBTQIA plus people. What does that mean to you, and how have you achieved it over this amount of time?
What it means to me is community, really, is what it comes down to. Having a safe space to go, having a safe space to come into, especially shopping for clothing and things like that. When you might not feel as comfortable elsewhere, you do feel comfortable the moment you walk into Top Drawer. I mean, we have a big giant pride flag that we put out every day, not just in June. We carry it out to the curb every morning when we open. We have pride flags in the window. We sell pride flags at the store. We hand out pride stickers for free at the checkout.
Every single day of the year.
Every single day of the year.
Yep.
And we're very, very inclusive, and it's very, very important to us to do that. The community that we support, being the HIV positive community, especially in the 90s, was very gay men and stigmatized. And the face of HIV has changed a lot, but the supporters and the people in our community have not. So we are out and proud every day, and doors open and welcoming.
Oh, wonderful. And yes, you've been open since the early 90s. Austin has changed a lot.
It has.
In that amount of time.
It has.
How have y'all navigated the changes of Austin? I mean, I'm going to say a lot more corporations now in Austin, a lot more corporate money now in Austin. We still are doing our best that we can to support our artist community and the people who were here first. So talk to me about how you guys have navigated those changes.
Well, as you know, we moved last year. That was one big step we had to take in getting a smaller space. But really, again, it's all community for us. That is who kept us alive when we kept us alive during COVID. They've kept us alive during the move. And social media, that platform has really opened us up to a whole younger group of people that all want to participate and want to volunteer and want to help and want to donate. And that is what has kept us going, and not only kept our motivation and our hearts going, but kept the store going and raised so much money over the past 30 plus years.
Which is wonderful.
Yes.
I do want to talk about what we have here on the table today,
Yes.
because you guys have First Thursday
First
events
Thursday, yes.
every single month. Can you just tell me what that is real quick?
So real quick, we close at 5 o'clock on Thursday, and then reopen at 5:30 to 7:30. In that half hour, we scramble and put out a whole bunch of new stuff.
And he can put this whole table up in about 30 seconds, y'all, so you know that the store
Yes.
gets overhauled.
Yes, it does. And we put new stuff out every single day, but the first Thursdays is just a special event where we close down the back of the house. All the staff comes up front. We drink and we hang out and we turn up the music and we dance and we wear fun hats.
Yeah.
And
I'm
like,
just obsessed with this, guys. You
I know,
have to get
it's
this
fantastic.
for Christmas. It's amazing.
So, you know, there's a whole bunch of vintage Pride t-shirts that are going to drop, a whole bunch of vintage hats and vintage jewelry, little hearts, because, you know, Pride is love to me. And so that's what we do every first Thursday, just have a good time. It's like a customer appreciation.
And for anybody who's looking into vintage wear, you know, some of these older Pride t-shirts from the 90s, from the early 2000s, they're really cool. And
Yeah.
I mean, so neat that even back 2 decades ago, that sort of thing, that there was collaboration to say, like, we've got to celebrate.
Absolutely, yeah, and we get so much of this kind of stuff because that's our community, of course, you know, and after this program, we'll probably get a lot more coming up. So stay tuned for that. I'll let everybody know, but this is just a sneak peek of the massive amount of stuff that's going to be dropped today.
Well, and I want to make sure that I talk about the t-shirt on top, also lovingly being modeled by you. This is brand new.
Brand new. They were delivered to my doorstep last night. So they'll be hitting the sales floor at 5:30 as well. So there's only 60 so far, so you better get there early and get one quick.
Okay, sounds good to me. And I'm glad that you brought up supporting the HIV positive community because, of course, Project Transitions is who benefits from everything that you do at Top Drawer
Yep.
Thrift. Talk to me about what that organization is, because not only are y'all meeting your goals, you're actually ahead of schedule for folks, which is incredible.
Yes. So with our new facility that houses, we now house over 80 people total.
Wow, amazing.
And so the new facility houses 60, and people are moving in, getting the healthcare they need, getting the services they need, and then moving out into permanent housing.
Because these were unhoused people before.
Yeah, and so the process is moving really quickly because all the resources, everything they need, all the staffing they need is right there with them. They don't have to travel here and there and everywhere and taking months and months and months. It's all right there. And so it's wonderful. People are coming in and moving out just as quickly as we need them to so we can get the next batch of people in.
Which is awesome. So
Transitioning right out.
That's Project Transitions.
Indeed.
That's why we call it that. So last question I've always got to ask you is, what's the best way we can continue to support you besides donating and shopping at Top Drawer Thrift?
Well, that's obviously the best way, but you always, like community, come and volunteer. Come and help out. Tell everybody about us. Spread the word and follow us on social media. We always have something fun going on, and it's always a treat to hear from our people too.
And it's a place where like really beautiful things go to live. People
Yes.
trust you with their collections.
Yes.
In fact, one of the last times you were here, you had a Teddy Ruxpin.
Indeed.
And another one of our guests bought it from you.
On site, yeah. It did not leave the building. Yeah.
It did not leave the building. So some really cool things to check out at Top Drawer Thrift, pardon me. And of course, celebrating a wonderful cause this Pride Month. Thank you so much, Ben.
Thank you.
All right. Check out Top Drawer on the corner of North Loop and Airport. You also don't want to miss their little Pride party starting tonight at 5:30. It's part of First Thursday for Pride Month. We'll see you there. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Masshole Lobster Truck Austin. The bright, delicious, very fresh seafood style of the East Coast has made its way all the way down into Central Texas. We're talking in the form of a lobster roll food truck. We're with Nick Alexander, the owner today, and he's going to talk to us a little bit more about what he offers. Nick, take it away.
Absolutely. Hey everyone, my name is Nick Alexander and I'm the owner of Masshole Lobster Truck Austin. We specialize in lobster rolls. That is truly our bread and butter, pun intended. Now, we do offer a number of other lobster roll varieties. We offer a few traditional options as well as a few twists that we've done. I mean, we'd like to add a unique edge to our product offerings, and what better way to do that with lobster?
Talk to me about what is so special about a lobster roll and then some of the fun kind of twists that you've done for some of your food offerings.
So a lobster roll, at least the way that I had it, was in its purest form in my opinion. And that was just with butter, lemons, chives, on a good piece of bread, say no more. It was,
Hang on. You have one of those.
I do.
Main style.
So we have the main style, which is the mayonnaise-based one, but then the Connecticut style is the one that I was most familiar with.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, so that was, I mean, it was a summertime treat. Really, is really what it was. But no, we actually have a number of varieties that we offer. We have actually 6 different varieties. So that's what makes us a little bit unique compared to some of the other lobster roll businesses around town. And then on top of that, we have a number of other lobster roll products such as lobster grilled cheese, a lobster BLT, and a big one that we just launched was a lobster mac and cheese as well.
All right, let's talk about, the Texan reactions to coming to check out your food truck.
Yeah, the reaction has just been absolutely stellar. From those who have never tried it before, and then like you said, we do have a bunch of transplants down here from the Northeast, and they're coming up to the truck absolutely ecstatic and just saying that this tastes like home, right? And everyone's leaving fans at the end of the day. So we only focus on the claw and knuckle meat of the lobster. We actually don't offer any tail-based products here. We believe firmly that the claw and knuckle meat provides the sweetest and softest, sweetest and tenderest meat, and it pairs beautifully with our challah style bread.
Okay, these look amazing. And as we're heading back towards the camera, I'm gonna make sure that the camera gets a little shot of how good this looks. Let's talk about where people can find you because you only opened in the beginning of May. You're brand new.
Correct. We're brand new and shiny and fresh out of the box. So the best way to find us would actually be on social media or through our main website. So if you go on to Instagram, Facebook, search up Mass Hole Lobster Truck Austin. Make sure it's Austin though because we do have locations out in Corpus Christi as well as in San Antonio. So if you want to find us here in Austin, make sure you look for Mass Hole Lobster Truck Austin.
And let's get this thing chomped
Great.
on. All right,
Perfect.
cheers to you,
Cheers.
my friend. This looks so good. Yeah, that's good. Follow along on Instagram at Mass Hole Lobster Truck or on Facebook at Mass Hole Lobster Truck Austin to see where the truck's at next and to inquire about event catering. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Mass Hole Lobster Truck Austin. Welcome back, everybody. It's blooming time, not just for plants, but for kiddos. Barton Springs Nursery is offering 2 sessions in July for young learners to get curious about our natural world, like the little friend you're seeing on our screen right there. So Xander Caruso, good friend of the show, is joined today by Sam Plum, who runs the summer camp program, and we're happy to have both of them. So y'all, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for being here. So Sam, let's talk about kind of the big idea of summer camp here. What is it that you guys are trying to accomplish?
Yeah, so we're just trying to get young learners out into their environment, teach them a little bit about nature. It'll be pretty fun. Get them under some good trees, off their phones,
Yeah. Well, because this is the swipey age,
Right.
because it's 3 to 5 year olds, so they might have figured out how to play YouTube videos
Right,
so far,
totally.
but we want to keep them off those screens
Yeah.
as much as we possibly can. So getting them interested in the natural world at such an early age
Yeah.
is a good thing, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
We want to keep them curious, and maybe one day they end up working at Barton Springs Nursery, right? Hey. Let's also talk about, Xander, why you guys want to do summer camp as far as like what you're tying in from Barton Springs Nursery, because you're kind of using your own natural space to teach the kids.
Yes, because I think even, and Sam knows this, as adults, we've been there for 4 years now. We learned so much just from the wildlife that's around, but also the kept animals that we have, as well as plants. So I think it's exciting as an adult to learn. I can't imagine being in a space like that as a child, being able to see this little guy. We have an axolotl, we have parakeets, we have aquatic turtles, just all kinds of animals. We have in the wildlife, we have little Texas whiptails, which are like a green and orange little lizard, and they run really, really quickly all the way around the nursery, constantly sunbathing. Different kinds of, all kinds of bugs and interesting things and fun plants to talk about too, whether it's like veggies is a really great way to get kids interested in gardening and into plants, or like blooming things like roses. There's so much to learn and to integrate into a kid's life. Colors and movement are really, really important, I think, for such a young age.
Lovely. And people can see now on the screen, as far as like camp goes, you highlight a different animal each and every day, and that includes all of the animals that you find naturally on the property. Sounds like you need to expand it, actually.
Yeah.
You guys have a lot of the natural world
very true.
hanging out with you, but axolotls, I feel like they're very big right now. They're very cool. Kids are kind of discovering them. But I wanted to ask more about tortoises in general, because you told me
Yes.
it makes it pretty easy because you have a small, medium, and large.
Yes, so we have small, medium, and large options. He's obviously the small option. They're desert animals, so they fit right into Texas summers. We have shadier spots, we have mud pits for them. We just want to be good denizens of these animals when they come into our care, because They're lovely. Everybody loves them and loves seeing them. So we also want to educate kids, you know, having a pet, if you get a pet like this, there's a lot to taking care of them and making sure they're happy and healthy.
And they're probably going to outlive you.
Yes,
tortoises
he
live
certainly will.
a long time. And so you have a big grouchy guy on.
Yes, we have a big grouchy guy named Joe.
Yeah. I think it's great that kids get to learn so much. But Sam, I also want to ask about the other stuff that campers get to do, because it's not just animals.
Yeah, so they're going to be invited to play with some crafts, make some things. We have a good kids area there. They'll get to feed all the animals, feed our fish. But we'll be doing crafts like this. So
this is such a sweet little craft, all nature-based, with the exception of googly eyes.
Yes, googly eyes not found in nature, but these are all things that we found around the nursery. So this is a red bud leaf, and then we have the rosebud leaves here, just to make some sort of critter. You know, they can make whatever they want, of course, but everything will be nature-based, nature-led. They'll get to bring home some like container gardens that they'll make, some terrariums. They're going to be making nature looms, which is just a cute little loom with some leaves there.
Okay, all right.
It's really cool. They'll be contributing to a little rock garden or a fairy garden. So they have a lot of options that they'll be coming home with.
I think that's so sweet. And storytelling as well, right? I mean, we are going to take, of course, great care of them in the heat. There will be lots of shade under the trees. But the fact that you guys are engaging in so many different ways with nature, instead of just being like, and here's a fern, and here's what a fern does, and all of that stuff. So you're kind of expanding outside of that just to get them curious.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the other thing too is, yes, they will be kept totally cool and in the shade as much as possible. We've got some popsicles for them, so they'll be leaving on a good note.
Can I attend this camp? But yeah, so you guys are open for 2 sessions in July.
That's correct.
Right? Okay, so talk to me about how to sign up.
So you're going to go to our website. It should be under the events tab, or you can email info@bartonspringsnursery.com for more information. And we'll tag you along with our friend Isabel, who's running that registration. You'll get 2 forms. You'll want to make sure you fill them both out, but it should be pretty self-explanatory. And yeah, it's pretty simple. We'll make it as simple as possible.
It sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, Xander. And by the way, I don't think we've said so far the tortoise's name yet.
Yeah, this is Tiny Dancer.
Tiny Dancer. We're not sure if Tiny Dancer is a little lady or a little guy, but it's Pride Month.
Right.
So be whoever you want to be.
They can do whatever they want.
And we think that you can get away with petting Tiny Dancer's head.
Absolutely.
But maybe not anybody else.
Right. We are pretty good friends. He may not. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
It's very new, but I've been working on socializing this guy for a really long time.
And they can feel the pets through the shell, y'all.
It's pretty awesome.
Even if you only get brave enough to touch their carapace, like, you're already doing really well. And Xander, just real quickly, anything else that's new at the nursery?
It's hot. We've got a lot of great desert plants, though. So if you are still, you know, you have the planting bug, you can absolutely come out, see us, and we can get you set up with some desert plants that are a little bit easier to take care of in this heat.
Sounds good to me. All right, y'all, thank you so much. All right, guys, go online to learn more about signing up for summer camps right now at bartonspringsnursery.com. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Austin Habitat for Humanity Restore. Austin Habitat for Humanity Restore supports the mission of Austin Habitat for Humanity, which helps families achieve their dream of affordable home ownership. Today we're talking with Shelby Allen, Ben White Restore Assistant Manager, and Bertie Samilpa, not only a HUD certified housing counselor, but also an affordable housing manager. Shelby, we're going to start with you. What can folks expect when they walk into a Restore?
They can expect a little bit of everything for everyone within the entire building. We have everything to offer, from construction materials to clothing, accessories, anything that you could possibly want. Like, we pretty much have everything.
June is National Homeownership Month, I know. So let's talk about where the profits go from Austin Habitat for Humanity Restores. I know there are 3 of them locally, and how they support Austin Habitat for Humanity's mission.
The profits that we generate from all 3 of our stores in Central Texas go directly into providing affordable communities for families in need.
Okay, Birdie, we're coming over to you. As someone who works closely with future Habitat homeowners, what does shopping at the Restore mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. It's exciting to come in here and see the inventory. You come in here and you don't find the same things, you find these unique finds, but at the end of the day, it helps to support our mission. We have with our homeownership program as well as our repair program, so it does help.
Shelby, what kinds of items can people donate to the Restore? And can you talk to me a little bit about how the process works?
We accept donations 7 days a week, and we also have our procurement team that will actually come out to your home and pick up your items. If you go through the website to get that set up, they will come and pick it up. They'll bring it to us. Other than that, 7 days a week, anything from clothing to construction materials, and that list is available online.
If someone is interested in learning about affordable home ownership through Austin Habitat for Humanity, you can still help them out.
Yeah, they can go to our website to apply. In fact, if they go to austinhabitat.org, they'll go to our program. They'll click on the link, and then they'll give them some information regarding our program and the requirements for the program.
Thank you both so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
To learn more about the resources offered by Austin Habitat for Humanity and to start your home ownership journey today, go to austinhabitat.org. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Austin Habitat for Humanity Restore. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Pins Mechanical Company. Celebrate Father's Day with something more than brunch or a necktie. Take Dad out for some fun to Pins Mechanical Company. I'm standing with Aspen Early, Assistant General Manager of Events, who's going to tell us a little bit more. Aspen, first question for you. What are some experiences that make Pins perfect for Father's Day?
Pins is perfect for Father's Day really because there's something for every type of dad. Whether your dad is really into sports, we have giant TV screens to watch anything. If he's into bowling, we have 20 duck pin bowling lanes, so it's definitely the star of our show. Retro arcade games to take Dad back to his younger years, and everything else in between. We just really have it all.
I'm looking at shuffleboard, I'm looking at skee ball, all sorts of really fun things to get into around here. I'm glad you brought up duck pin bowling though, because I told you off camera, I don't know what that is.
It's okay. Sometimes a lot of people never know. So duck pin bowling is a lot similar to regular bowling. So it's just a little bit smaller. It's on strings. And to make it better, it's easier because you get 3 turns per time you go, so you're definitely going to get a good score.
Sports, TVs, all types of activities Dad can get into. Let's talk about keeping Dad happy though in the belly.
Of course, every dad needs to fill his belly with a good old fashioned, some nice bourbon. We have a ton of top shelf, 36 draft lines, so we have a beer for everybody. And we also have food trucks on site because we don't serve our own food here. And we also have 2 commissary kitchens going in that'll be open daily for us. We have Jew Boy Sliders and Lefty's Pizza coming in. So we have locations all over. So we have some all over Ohio. We have one in Charlotte, North Carolina. We have some in Indianapolis, Nashville, Pittsburgh. So even if you're in one of those cities and your dad's here in Austin, you can buy him a gift card, buy him some merch, because some of our other locations have different merch than this one.
Ooh.
So make him feel a little bit special when he comes to his local Pins Mechanical.
I think that sounds like fun.
Of course. So you can always send him something, and I myself am way more into gifts of giving experiences than a physical item anyways. So he can definitely come in and have his own best day, or you can bring the family because we're family friendly of all ages until 9 p.m.
Until 9 p.m. And when can dogs come?
Oh, dogs can come at all hours of the day. We honestly really want you to bring your dog.
It brings you a little joy too,
Every
right?
single day.
So it's Dad and Dad's best friend is the pooch.
Exactly.
You can bring both.
Please bring both.
Sounds like it'd be a good time here at Pins. Thank you so much, Aspen.
Of course, thank you so much for having me.
Check out their website, pinsbar.com, for more info on games, daily specials, and how to book your next event. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Pins Mechanical Company. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Age of Central Texas. Age of Central Texas helps older adults and family caregivers thrive as they navigate both the realities and the opportunities of aging and caregiving. CEO Suzanne Anderson joins us now to talk about their brand new Thrive Social and Wellness Center. So Suzanne, first question to you. Talk to us about the center and how it supports older adults and their family caregivers.
Great question. Thrive Centers truly are the best kept secret in supporting aging and caregiving in our community. Older adults that have physical disabilities or cognitive impairments can attend our program, which is really, really important. We do specialize in dementia care. Participants in our program get to participate in enriching activities. We have nutritious meals. We have a breakfast and a lunch. We have health oversight because we have a nurse on staff. And I think one of the most important parts of our program is the fact that it is in community, which helps to fight social isolation, which has its own health implications. For caregivers, one of the most important parts is it just lets them breathe. They can go to the movie, they can rest, they can run errands.
So how does Age help families access affordable, high-quality care? That's another thing, is you want it to be high quality. Absolutely. Because you want your loved ones taken care of.
We're licensed by the state of Texas, so we have absolutely a certain oversight that makes sure that we are providing excellent care for our older adults that are with us. From a financial standpoint, we are 1/4 of a cost of in-home care. If you just take 1 week,
Whoa.
1 week of care, it goes even for assisted living that can be $65,000 to $75,000, annually, to memory care that can be over $100,000. A whole year of services with us can be $15,000 a year. That's every day you attend.
That is really crazy. All right. How can people get in touch, learn more, and most importantly, schedule your new center? You said, we put all this work into making this beautiful place. We want people to come out and see it.
Absolutely. You can go to ageofcentraltx.org, or you can call us on our main line at 512-451-4611. We have 2 centers, one up in the Williamson County area and one in South Austin. We're open 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. So when you call or find out more information, you can connect with us to ask more questions. And we really want you to come take a tour of either facility so that you know where your loved one will be.
Wonderful. Sounds good to me, and congratulations.
Thank you so
on
much.
the new center, Suzanne. We appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you.
Learn more about programs and services offered at ageofcentraltx.org. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Age of Central Texas.